So guys, hello everybody. Yeah, we're live. We're live, and Father Serge is here. And English loves you, brothers and sisters. I hope you're doing great. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, say hi. Waiting for your nice, pleasant messages in the chat. And hello, Anuta. Anuta, where are you? I am missing you. I don't hear you. I don't see you. I want more of you, Anuta, in my life. Of course, not in my life, in the life of the club, but still, I want you to be somewhere near. Somewhere not very, very far. You're here, but you're far away. Hello, Alex. Hello. Yes. Today, guys, I'm going to be talking about pain. Hello, Oksana. Hello, Oksana, once again. Yes. All right. Today, I'm going to be talking about pain. Pain. But before I start, yes, I would like to know who is there, who is watching, and what's going on. Marina. Well, great. That's so happy, Marina. That's wonderful. Oh no, maybe it's bad that you didn't have the dance class. Marina, maybe that's bad. So I can say I'm sorry if you think it's bad. Then I'll also think it's bad. But I'm happy to have you. Okay. I'm not jealous. I understand dancing is important. So it's super great, sexy thing to do. Yeah. Before I thought that I'm not a good dancer. I thought for many years I thought I was a bad dancer, and the only time I danced was at some disco parties. Like, I don't know, maybe it was a birthday party or maybe just a club or some restaurant. And when I heard some good music, the music that I loved, anything that I knew and I loved the music, and I could dance to it, I started dancing. So I joined the dance floor. I hopped on the dance floor and I started dancing. Hello, Michael. Hello. Thank you for joining. And I remember last time I danced on the dance floor in a restaurant. It was 2 years ago. It was my uncle's 60th birthday party. And I remember that I was out of my breath. Like I couldn't breathe because it was so active. Because I was enjoying the music so much. I wasn't drunk or anything, no. But I was enjoying the music so much that I was dancing like crazy. And the people just took pictures of me. Oh, really? It was just... I remember when I was young, I once danced at a party and people just stopped. That was so funny. That was so funny. I was dancing and people just stopped. Like, because it was like unbelievable. It was crazy, maybe silly, but I was like, it was like sex in public, really. Only I was wearing my clothes. So it was like really me doing some crazy things with my body, but it was just me enjoying myself. So yeah, I didn't think that I was a good dancer, but for my wedding last year, we decided that we would dance. My fiance and I, that we would have a dance. And then of course, we hired an instructor, and we want to learn to dance one dance, and we ended up learning 3. And it was because it was easy for us. And the dance instructor, she was like, "Wow, guys, you're cool. I mean, you dance very well, and you learn so fast. You're cool." And we learned, like, I don't know how many sessions we have, 5, 6, and we learned 3 dances. And I enjoyed dancing at my wedding. 2 dances on the first day, another dance, 3rd dance on the 2nd day. So I'm not much of a dancer, but I think now I believe that I could be a good one if I had just proper training or something. But thank you, Marina. Thank you for the compliment. Really appreciate that. I need to show the pictures of me dancing. Okay. I'll find something and I will share it with you and just you, okay? I'll send you these pictures personally from me to you, okay? My wife and I, well, yeah, she was my wife already because first we registered our marriage and then we did the dance, 2 dances on the first day and another dance on the second day. So we were married already, technically. So yeah, I'll show you how my wife and I were dancing that time. So yeah, guys, today in the morning I learned the bad news. I was just another news item on, I don't remember, some news website, whatever. The news is that Melinda and Bill Gates are getting divorced. Well, Dima. Well, first of all, welcome back, Docent Dima. Second, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. Of course, you can easily find your way out of this predicament, but it feels like, look, if you want to say едва, hardly, then I strongly recommend you say hardly. Hello, Yuri. Yes, of course I did miss you. I cannot sleep at night. The image of you keeps me awake. Oksana, life is life. Life is life. Oksana, this is the way to say it. And Dima, I understand. But I would say, I would use the word hardly together with the word can. Just, it sounds better. They can hardly walk. Just sounds better. They can hardly walk. They even walk hardly? No. After the word walk, basically, okay, I'll hardly walk or walk hard. С трудом, I would say hard. But, or they can hardly means едва ли. Yeah, so едва ли они ходят. But с трудом? Well, look, Dima, I understand that hard means like very much, like a lot. But my point is that you say hardly before the word walk, and you say hard after the word walk. Okay? So, but они ходят с трудом, they can barely walk. I would still, like, if I had to translate it, like, you're saying, они с трудом ходят, yes, they can barely walk. Yeah, this is the perfect English. This is the great perfect English. They can barely walk. Они едва ходят, или они с трудом ходят. Okay? So, hardly walk or walk hard. Okay? This is the lesson that Shrek taught me. I love Shrek. Shrek is my favorite cartoon, yeah? And I watched the first cartoon, first Shrek, like, I don't know, 25 times or something. I can quote it. But I remember, I think it was the second part. Yes, the second Shrek. When Shrek was going through he was pushing a cart or some trolley through a factory. I was not going, oh my God, I have to teach you again. My God, I forgot the Russian for it. I was digressing. The perfect word is уходить от темы. You digressed. Dima, and I cannot digress. It's impossible for me to digress because there is no topic to digress from, okay? It's freestyle talking. So I just rant. It's just rant. It's just rambling rant. That's what it is. Please learn it. Please learn it. You're never too old to learn. So it's a rambling rant. That's what you get from me. Anyway, Shrek was pushing a trolley through a factory, and there were some creatures, some, I don't know, gnomes, dwarfs, I don't remember, elves. They were working in this factory. They were doing something there. And he was walking through the factory, I think, together with a donkey. And he made this joke. Shrek said, to these creatures. He said, working hard or hardly working. And that's a nice play on words. It's a nice pun. Yeah? Pun is a calembour. It's a nice pun. You're not too... Well, I don't know, Dima, where it's from. I'm too old for this shit. I'm not sure. Whatever. But anyway, back to the topic. Yeah? Working hard or hardly working means, ну что, работаете усердно или едва ли? Работаете усердно или едва ли? Yeah, so this is how I learned. And it was like 18 years ago, maybe. Yeah, around 18 years ago. Yeah, I heard it from Shrek. And this is how I learned the difference between hard and hard. I'd known it before, I guess. I'm sure I'd known it before, but yeah. So where was I? Let's go back. I was talking about me dancing. Then Dima said, well, men can hardly dance. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that we can hardly dance, but maybe you can. There's a grain of truth in what you said. But anyway, back to the news that I shared with you. Melinda and Bill Gates, they've been together for 28 years. And they have a charity foundation or something, yes? So there are billions of dollars in this foundation, and they're spending this money. We can argue how, or like whether the causes are, whether it's justified, whether it's worthwhile, yeah, justified and worthwhile. But still, they've been married for 28 years. They've been in charity business for a long time. And they've been business partners in a way. Not business partners, but kind of partners. So been husbands and wife and partners. And today I was like shocked because I thought their marriage was solid. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that they are getting divorced. By the way, somebody will receive a very good settlement. It's a very good word for you guys. Settlement, it's like a compensation or payment of some money for divorce settlement. So, for example, a wife gets some money as a result of the divorce from the husband because the husband is rich and he has a lot of money. Whatever. Maybe you're right. Thank you very much. But the point is that they are connected on more than just one level. They're not just connected as wife and husband, right? They're connected also on the level of they've been doing this charity thing together. And again, I don't know. Like I remember that a couple of years ago, like Jeff Bezos, yes, Jeff Bezos got divorced, and his wife received a huge settlement. She became a billionaire, like huge money she got. But can you please tell me, why do you think it happened? And I don't know, it's a stupid question maybe, because how would you know? Yeah? But still, like, any thoughts, guys, on why it happened? Like, people, two adults, having been married for 28 years with children and with lots of money, with they grew apart. Well, Marina, that's a good one. Yeah, I love the phrase. They grew apart. They drifted apart. They drifted apart. Yeah. Just a moment. They drifted apart. Yes, a woman can. If he's a billionaire, then he can become a millionaire. Any thoughts, guys? Can you share your thoughts? I don't know what was behind it, of course. I had no way of knowing how they lived, whether they were ever happy or nothing or anything. But for me, I mean, when you get divorced, like after 2 years of marriage, after 5 years of marriage, it's one thing. But after 28 years of marriage, really? Ah. If you have any thoughts, guys, you're welcome. I would love to know what you think about it. I would think about the reasons and things like that. And what do you mean by chipping people? I'm not sure I'm following you there. Yes? Yes, Dima, of course. If the guy was a billionaire, then a woman can make him a millionaire. But, good women, Dima, there are good women out there who can turn poor guys into millionaires. It's the power of the woman. It's her inspiration and guidance. And I happen to marry one of such such women, so I'm just waiting now. One day, very, very soon, I'm sure I'll become a millionaire. I think it's Lala, right? They bothered. Bothered это доставали. Ну, даже беспокоили. О, беспокоили. Maybe, Lala, you wanted to say they are bored. Yes? They are bored. Bored with each other. Yeah? Maybe you wanted to say this, but not bothered. Marina, vaccination from COVID, long story, I like it. Yes, I think Bill Gates has something to do with this COVID thing. I have no evidence. I have no proof. I have no confidence. I have no confidence. But I don't think that he's pure and crystal clear and a good guy. No. Well, yes, Jim, I agree. I agree. When people are working together, yes, this may create some tension. Yes, very good word. This can create tension. Tension. Dima, I don't know how you knew what, or how you know what Lala wanted to say, but maybe they irritated each other. Yes, maybe they bugged each other. Yeah. But of course we will never know, and maybe we shouldn't. We don't have to know. I wanna. Yes. Yes. Absolutely, Dimo. That's what happens. When you bother someone, they get irritated. I want to share some thoughts of mine on divorce and marriage. And I will not sound very popular. I will not sound very popular. I will have certain things to say that you may not agree with, but okay. But still, I want to say, I spent 12 and a half. I spent 12 and a half years in marriage. And this marriage was a bit of a hell. A bit of a hell. I don't want to go into detail there, but it was a bit of a hell for 12 and a half years. And we had all sorts of problems and everything. It was misery. For many years, it was misery. But I never wanted to get divorced. To the last minute, I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave the family. I did not want to get divorced. I wanted to make things work until the very last moment. And 9 years ago, it was in April, 9 years ago, I came home after work, and I got literally kicked out of the apartment where we were living with my then wife and our 2 children. I was literally kicked out. I didn't want it to happen. It just happened. But that I had this faith, this belief that marriage is marriage only if it is until death. You have to play the game until the very end, until it's completely over. And I had this faith that we are together forever, and nothing can or should break us apart. And I held on to this faith for a very long time. And I didn't want to get divorced. I mean, I kind of wanted, because like I wanted to finish, to end the pain. I wanted to end the pain. Well, guys, thank you for sharing. I love your thoughts. No, Dima, it wouldn't have worked anyway. No. But my point is that I kind of wanted to end the pain, but I didn't want to do it, at the price or the expense of my marriage. That sucked. But still, the marriage ended in divorce. And it was one of the best things that happened to me, because it was like freedom from pain and prison that I was in. But for me, and the divorce was easy. Actually, it was very easy. It was like, you start to breathe. There was no pain. It was like mutual consent. We just agreed that we would do it. And we had no fights. We had no fights, nothing negative. Just let's do it. Let's end this thing. But this was done only like as the last resort. Dima absolutely rocks. Yes, he does. It was done as the last resort. And last resort is последняя мера. So I got divorced as the last resort. It was done by mutual consent. It was easy, no pain. It was like liberation. But we got divorced after trying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times to make it work. And then, and I'm not sure I was even aware of that, but that's how I functioned. I was functioning at that time. And then several years after that, I was watching YouTube, my favorite YouTube blogger. He's not on YouTube anymore, but I loved him. Stefan Molyneux from Canada, philosopher from Canada. And he talked about different things. And on one of the videos, he said, my wife and I, we know that we are never, ever, 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 ever getting divorced. Like that's not like impossible. We are together forever, no matter what. Like we're holding on to each other no matter what. That this is the faith that brings them together. And I loved it. I loved it. And I met people. I met people in my life who got married, who were getting married, and were thinking, oh, it's okay. If it doesn't work out, if this marriage doesn't work out, if he or she is not good for me, we'll get divorced, no problem. And that saddens me. That saddens me. Because, you see, the foundation of life, of everything in life, is value. Value. You know what value is, right? Value. It's endless. And we always attach value to things. Always, all of the time. To be able to make any decision in life, you have to attach value. To say it's valuable for me, it's important. Or it's not valuable, it's not important. Value is the blood of life. The more value you have, you think you have value, you think your life has value, you have the things that you do have value, you think your family has value. The more value you have in your life, the happier you are. The more energy and life you have. And when people say, oh, it's okay, if it doesn't work out, we'll just get divorced. What they do is, it's like, in my opinion, it's like stepping away from life into the death territory. Because life is about value. It's value It has value. It's valuable. And death is like, I don't care. It's not important. Who cares? It has no value. Doesn't mean anything. We just had sex. Doesn't mean anything. We'll just get divorced. Doesn't mean anything. Like this, no value, no value, no value. Hey, come on. It's just marriage. Nothing special. Whatever. We'll kill it. Or just abortion. Whatever. Like, just no value. It's just like you drink tea, drink water, you smoke a cigarette, you have sex, you get married, you get divorced, like casual everyday things, nothing special. And if you put marriage somewhere in the sequence, like nothing special, for me it's like there is no point in doing it in the first place. So my point is that there's only one reason to get married. And this is why I got married last year. Because you know that the two of you are gonna be together forever until the death parts you, no matter what. With some exceptions. Of course there are exceptions. It's okay to get divorced, but it should be like there is no other way. There is no other way. And like if you get divorced the first time, it's something bad happens and like things don't work out, and it's like, okay, goodbye. Like if you don't work on your marriage, if you don't try hard again and again and again to make things work, if you just kill it, it's like killing a marriage, it's like killing a child. And you do it after the first problem, second problem. You don't try a million times. I think it's sad. It's sad. It's very sad. This is death. Not instant, immediate death of a human being, no. But death of society, 50 years from that, 100 years, yeah. I think we're living because people have children. And children grow up in a healthy environment. If people don't get married, if they don't have children, if children do not grow up in a healthy environment, guys, we will die as a humanity. And healthy environment means that people who live together, they say, oh, we have value. This marriage has value. This family has value. This child has value. Everything has value and has so much value that nothing will stop us. We'll be together forever no matter what. Yes, Michael, I can say I have tried a million times, yes. I tried like a lot of times. Like what happened to me was like last resort. Like there was no other way. Look, Alexander, I'm not talking about some particular people. I started talking about Melinda and Bill Gates, of course, but the thing is that for me, personal freedom is above everything. Personal choice and freedom is above everything. So you have the freedom, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. So they want to get divorced, let them get divorced. It's their life. I have nothing to do with that. It's none of my business. I'm talking about ideas, laws, things that make our life work and make it better. If we break these laws, like we have the right to break these laws, but the laws don't change. I'm talking about the laws. Maybe they felt it, and again, I don't care about, I mean, now as I'm talking about it, I'm not discussing their situation. I'm just saying that this is my feeling, my confidence, and my experience that A, you get married only if you're ready to stay with this person forever till death do you part, no matter what. Guys, just a second. I'll be back. Just a second. 100 дам, 100. Sorry guys, I had a visitor, had to answer the door. There was no, sorry, yes, for the interruption. So this is my point. You may disagree with me all you want, okay? And you'll be right, live your life the way you want to, okay? I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just saying this is what I think, this is what I feel, and I believe that this is something that works for everybody. Yes, that's my belief. The only reason to get married is if you're ready to be together forever, no matter what. If you're not ready, just don't get married. And the only reason to get divorced is when there is no other way. Like you should kill the family only as the last resort. Not just, okay, something doesn't work out, so goodbye. No, and I think that humanity, we would be happier if we were living in this way. Okay, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. There are reasons, there are examples, and there's evidence for that. And if people want to get divorced, of course they can do it. I'm not against divorces. That happened to me, and that's a blissful experience. So of course I'm not gonna say don't do it. Oksana, that's a good theory. That's a good theory. Like I always say, if you want some proof that some system works, you need data. And to have data, you need time. Start an experiment and spend several decades, maybe 100 years. And if 100 years later, the new system with new ideas, with new principles, it works, it does make us happier, then yeah, it's a good system. But just because maybe we're developing and maybe this new idea could make us happy, well, yeah, I agree, maybe. But there is no proof yet. There is no proof. We need to wait and see. Maybe sometime later we'll see that free love, free relationship, free sex, abortion and feminism and all these things that have become so popular in the last, 50, 100 years, that they will make us a better, I don't know, make us feel happier. Maybe. Of course, I don't think so, but for the sake of conversation, because I cannot prove anything, I have to say, well, yeah, maybe, but we just need more time. Dima, belief is everywhere, all of the time. There's no life without belief. You always believe. Scientists believe. Everyone believes something. It's impossible, because what is belief? It's attaching value to facts, to information. We cannot function without belief. Facts mean nothing without interpretation. You need to interpret facts. And when you interpret facts, you create a model, a system that explains the facts that you have. What happens is you create your own interpretation that is based on your belief system, at least partly. That's why interpretation of one scientist is different from the interpretation of another scientist, because they have different values, different visions, they have different pictures of the world, different filters. And belief, it's like attaching value to information. That's belief. It's valuable. That's a personal choice of a person. It's a personal choice of a human being. And we always make it. We always make a choice to believe or not to believe. But believing is not a substitute for fact or reality. No, believing is just the way you live. Attach value to things. Attach value to facts to create your own interpretations. So sorry. Yes, Stella, wonderful. Thank you. Dima, religion is the trigger word here. Let's not go there. I don't, because I'm talking about not religious things, but just believing that something is important. And you have to make that choice. What is important? Which fact is more important than the other fact? Which one is more important? Like, how much value should you attach to it? So it's always there. I'm sorry. Anyuta, thank you. Thank you. But for the future, please remember that. Anyuta, please marry only when you're ready to spend the rest of your life with that man. And make sure he too. Be careful. Be careful. Religion? No, we're not talking about religion today. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. Today, I was going to share with you another step and dictates the rules for the members of a member. I'm not sure, Dima, I understood your last sentence. Please rephrase it. I was going to tell you how to assess people's level of English, yeah? How to assess, how to see what level they are. From the point of view of lexis, from the point of view of the language, like the words and the phrases that they're using. But then I thought better of it. I thought better of it. Members of marriage. Yes, of course. People. Yes. Religion dictates the rules. Yeah, that's. I don't want to start the topic. I just wanted to share with you guys. Look, I'm not telling you what to think. I'm telling you what to think about. It's not the same. Okay? Have any opinion you want, but please be open to other ideas, to new ideas. That's why when you listen to somebody like me saying such things, at least consider these ideas, okay? Even if you disagree with them, it's your choice, it's your right. I don't mind. I have no problem with that. Have any opinion you want. I'm not telling you what to think, but I'm asking you to think about the things that I'm saying. It's not the same. Hey, it's not the same. In the end, you can go back to your opinion that you had in the first place. Thought better of it. What does it mean, guys? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what it means? I thought better of it. I was going to do it, and then I thought better of it. What does it mean? Guys, will you tell me? Valerie, rethink something? Found a better option? I like it, but guys, no. It means changed my mind. If you think better of something, you change your mind. As simple as that. Reconsider? Well, yeah, but Emma, I'm not sure that it's like change opinion and reconsider. Reconsider is more about the process. I had to reconsider, so I had to consider something else, to think about something else. It does not, well, it kind of means changing of an opinion, but not necessarily. Not necessarily. But anyway, change your mind. That's what it means. I thought better of it, I changed my mind. All right, let me share with you what I have prepared for you. And there, here we go. Yeah. What you see on the screen, I hope you see something, is one of my students. Lydia, I like it. I like your explanation. And Emma, I'm not sure why you're laughing, but I think the fact that you're laughing is good. I mean, that's enough. I hope you can see it on your screen. I'll make it bigger a little bit. Yeah. No, it's not working like that. Yeah. Yeah, this way. Yes. It's the biggest that it can get. Guys, can you see it or not? Can you see the text? I don't like the quality. By the way, my internet went down today. I lost. I'm on mobile internet now, and I will have my internet back only tomorrow. Just some crazy things. Oh yes, you can. Great. Arthur, Anuta, Marina, Valerie. Yes, we can see very well. So it's one of my students who asked me, like, basically the person said, like, okay, I need your help. I don't know where I am, whether I'm doing things the right way. I'm lost. I'm feeling lost. That's what the person said. And the person wrote several questions for me in Russian, just to make it faster and everything. And I've decided to answer at least some of his questions. Yes, it's a he. And maybe it's about you as well. Maybe you'll find yourself there. Okay? Because it's basically about me talking about how to study the language, how to be effective, how to make the process effective as it can be. So the person says he doesn't know how to organize the process of studying. You can spend the whole day studying English, but productive studying will be like about 1 or 2 hours, and so on and so forth. So the person kind of does something without understanding what it is that he is doing. And if it describes your situation, please understand the following. As you're studying English, there are two categories or two types of actions that you can do. First one is process. Of course, is process. It can be consumption and studying. Let me explain by that. It's an important part of the process of studying the language. When you're doing things for the purpose of doing things, you don't want any result from it. You watch a video just because you want to watch a video. You read some article because you want to read this article. You look up some word in the dictionary because you want it. It's a process. It's like you doing something for the sake of doing it. And you absolutely have to have it, have to do it, because like I said in one of my podcasts recently, if you want to speak good English, if you want to learn the language, you have to have good quality input. You have to hear good English, you have to read good English, you have to take in good English. Examples of good, beautiful, correct English sentences. Many, many, many of them. But process is about you just doing it. Just like you read it, you move on. You watch it, you move on. You read this rule, you move on. You do this exercise, you move on. There are all kinds of processes there. Consumption, it's about YouTube, it's about books, it's about articles, it's about English for native speakers, right? Consuming or eating or watching or listening this English, right? Listening to this English. And studying, and again, maybe you can use some apps, you can play some games on Lingua Leo or Leo, or whatever you call that. Like whatever it is that you do, like studying, you're learning some words, but you're doing it as a game. You're doing it because you enjoy the process, because you want to keep yourself busy. And you need to have it. It's absolutely perfectly all right to have it. But what is useful here, really. The only thing that is really useful here is good quality input. If you have good quality input, then you are growing. The thing about this category of exercises that you do is that the result will be much later. The result will be much later. Like you have watched 100 videos on YouTube. No, you cannot expect your English to automatically and instantaneously become better. No, it takes years. I've met many people who never studied English with a teacher in a group on a course, but they watched lots of movies, they watched lots of TV shows, they watched a lot of English, and they speak English. They feel the language. Their language is not perfect, but because they were in the process of listening to good quality English, they improved their English. Michael, I love you. No, it's a nice compliment, but of course, Jordan Peterson. Try Jordan Peterson. So that's the first thing, process. You should do it. I cannot tell you how many hours. That's a personal choice, really. But you should do it. But the rule is, you should never do process at the expense and to the exclusion Michael, have a good one. Be blessed. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining. Exclusion of the second category. By the way, some of my tasks, some of the tasks that I give my students at my course, they are process tasks. You just need to do it. Just do it, move on. Do it, move on. Do it, move on. And you can do it, you decide how much you will do it. But if you're in the process, just make sure you're doing something you love, something that is useful, something that guarantees good quality input. Like you hear good English, you read good English. But you should never do at the expense of, I should have said, expense of, and you should not do it at the expense of the second category. And what is the second category? Let's call it progress, result, quality, joy, the name is random. Okay, the idea is you develop your speaking, for example, or your ability to write, or your ability to read and understand, your ability to listen to something. Because of the process, because of the first category of actions, you just do something. Do, next. But it's not enough. Very often, you should do the second one, and it is what? You not only doing some task, not only doing some activity or some exercise, but repeating it several times so that the quality of your production, the quality of your speaking, the quality of your listening and understanding, anything, is unprecedented. It's the highest in your life, or at least higher than before. One thing is you just get a question and you answer it the way you can. It's first category. Process. You do it, you move on. Second category says, answer this question or prepare your answer to this question and spend as much time as you want or can to make sure that when you're answering this question, you're using the language that is better than the language that you are capable of. The rule is speaking at the level higher than your current one. In first category, you just speak. If you speak, if you interact with someone, it's enough. Yeah, it can develop you. Bit by bit, yes, it can develop you. But what develops you even bigger is the precedent of speaking at the level that is higher than your current level. How is it possible? Because of preparation and repetition. You don't just answer this question the way you can. No, you carefully prepare your answer. You take several attempts. You use the dictionaries. You use beautiful language. You correct your grammar. You rehearse it. Repetire. You rehearse it. And you come on stage and you speak. And you sound more fluent, more accurate, and more beautiful because of the preparation and the work that you have done. You need to have these peaks in your studying process. When you increase the quality of your performance, the quality of your speaking, the quality of your, or the efficiency of your listening and understanding, whatever. Lala, that's another question. I will tell you, but just a moment. Please understand me. Please understand the point. Guys, if you want to build a mountain of gold, imagine you want to have a mountain of gold. Every time you put a stone on your mountain, or a brick on your mountain, or something, make sure this brick is also a brick of gold. If you want to have a mountain of gold, every brick that you put must be a brick of gold. Нужно заставить себя говорить на английском так, как вы хотите научиться говорить на нем через 5 лет. Сейчас говорите так, как хотели бы на нем говорить через 5 лет. This is the rule. This is what develops you. The precedent of you speaking at the level of English that is higher than your current level. Because of preparation, because of time and effort, and using some new knowledge and language and repetition and rehearsing. And the judge, the referee, me in this case, yes, should say yes. Вес взят. I hear you, and here in this recording you sound better than you ever have. And you to have this experience on a weekly basis. Ideally, every week, you have this experience. I've done some preparation, I've done some work, I've created some product, some speech, and I'm speaking, and it's like, oh my God, I love me speaking English now. I love my level. My English is great. I love it. Fantastic. If you are doing the process without these peaks, I have done some work, I have invested, I have prepared, and now I am singing like an angel. I am speaking like a god of English. If you don't have this peak, it'll be harder for you. You develop by accumulating, by collecting, by gathering, putting together these experiences of successfully speaking English at a level that is higher than your current level. You absolutely need to do this. Otherwise, as you're studying the language with me, right, on my course, I'm in the club now. The club, you can, by the way, you can do it in the club, but in the club it's more about you hanging out together, doing something on your own. I'm not a teacher in the club, right? But the technique is the same. It's just harder to do it on your own without a teacher, but it's not impossible. No, not impossible. I'm talking about people studying on my course, which is like a serious commitment, with more homework. And I've seen that everybody, there are not many people like this, but everybody who does it, like they create something, they share it with me, and it's like, oh my God, it's better than before. Thank you. That every time there's improvement. The person is better than him or herself before. Such people, over a course of 3-4 months, they have tremendous result or tremendous development. Those who just do things because it's their homework, okay, надо сделать. Сделал. These people don't grow much. They grow a little. But those who always create new quality, their English develops. Please remember that. Lala, my answer to your question. Stop translating. Translation is poison. It's toxic. It's a drug. You think it's helping you, but it's not. Translation is a bitch. Translation is a bitch. If your understanding is based on translation, you're doing it wrong. English and ideas in your head, it should be one step. You hear English, you get an idea. There should be no second, one more step, like English, Russian translation, and then understanding. No. English and automatic understanding. You should watch movies, Lala. You should read books in English. You should watch movies without translation. Otherwise, you're not learning the language. You're learning Russian. That's not good. The person asked me like 10 questions, but I will not have time for everything. Dima, you're absolutely right. That's why there are books and movies for students of English. So there are things that a pre-intermediate student can read and watch, of course. But you can still learn English without translation. So sorry, no. No. Okay, one more question I will cover. При говорении важнее fluently или correctly. Я делаю много ошибок в говорении, при этом паузы довольно большие. Если буду думать над правильностью, это будет еще дольше, да и часто не уверен, как правильно, то есть как лучше говорить в этом плане, лучше концентрироваться на правильности, лучше не напрягаться, со временем как-то придет. Я также часто делаю, грубо говоря, если говорил медленно, думаю над всеми нюансами, было бы меньше, но паузы не думать напрягают. Опять же, если же думать над интонацией, звучанием, это вообще жесть, но чем концентрироваться на моем говорении. I hope you read it. And maybe it's your question and maybe it's your problem as well. That's a hard choice, right? What do I want to be? Do I want to be clever? Do I want to be beautiful? Do I want to be healthy? Do you want to be happy? That's a hard choice to make. Fluently, you're speaking the language easily. Yeah, words come easy. You express yourself easily. Correctly, without mistakes. What is the priority? Anyuta, thank you. Thank you for dropping by. Have a good one. First of all, in the case of this person, the student who asked me this question, stop panicking. And you see, the point I want to say is, what is the problem here? The question is not what is better, correctly or fluently. No. The question is feeling confident. You see, what choice you make is not as important as the fact that you're confident about the choice you've made. If you make a choice and you say correctly, it's more important, but you are having doubts, or you think fluently, well, that's the more important aspect, but then you're having doubts, it ruins everything. It ruins everything. It's about feeling confident. Guys, do not be afraid to be wrong. I mean, to make a wrong choice. Do not be afraid to make a wrong choice. In English language, not all of the time, but quite often, any wrong choice that is made with confidence is better than the correct, good choice made without it. Why am I saying it? Because I think this is the problem. The problem is not that the person doesn't know. No, the problem is that the person is feeling unconfident. And I'm not sure that even if I give the answer, that the person will feel, oh, okay, now I'm confident. And the bottom line is confidence is a choice. It has nothing to do with facts or reality or words or expertise of another person. No, it's not about ideas, truth, and facts and reality. No, it's about the choice you make within yourself. I'm going to believe this, or I'm going to be acting as if it was true. It doesn't matter what is true, act as if it was true. This is the most important thing. You feeling confident that this is the right way, and going down this road, just doing it, feeling confident. So please make a decision to feel confident about it, without doubts, and act on this confidence. But my answer to this question is, guys, what should you eat? Cucumbers or bananas? What is better, cucumbers or bananas, guys? That's a wrong question. Of course, both. Both. But you focus on what is more painful. So if your fluency and your accuracy are on the same level, 50% for fluency, 50% for accuracy. I mean, you should spend time, 50% of your time working on fluency. What does it mean to work on fluency? It means to speak without thinking, to say the things that you generate in your mind, like the ideas. Of course, Marina, bananas are better, but it's your personal choice. I cannot disagree there. Let it be. But that was a metaphor. The idea is, guys, you need to do both. You need to do both. Fluency is important. You need to be able to just say the first thing that comes to your mind. So you need to just speak without preparation. Fluency is about that. You need to have this experience. I'm speaking without preparation. I'm saying the first thing that comes to my mind. That's fluency. I mean, that's a way to develop it. Blah, blah, blah. And you need to have this experience. Absolutely. You need to do it. Accuracy, well, that's super important. You need to be careful. You need to say things that don't contain many mistakes. You should sound clean. It totally makes sense. So you should do work there. And what does it mean? It means that you always analyze. If you want to work on your accuracy, you need to analyze your performance. You need to listen to yourself. You need to find your mistakes. You need to correct your mistakes. You need to remember your mistakes and try not to repeat them. And you need to learn to control yourself. Developing your accuracy. Of course, it's about learning grammar. It's about practicing new grammar rules and everything like this. Yes, it's true. But what I like to do in my course is I like to make people feel in control of their speech as they are speaking. So they are speaking and they're listening to themselves as they're speaking, and they're correcting themselves. The first sign of accurate English, it's not when you're speaking without mistakes. No, it's when you're speaking, you make mistakes, but you correct them before your teacher corrects you. That's accuracy. That's the beginning of accuracy. You can correct yourself. And in order to do that, you need to learn to analyze your speech. That's why you speak, you record, you listen, you find your mistakes, you correct your mistakes. with your teacher, with the help of your teacher, without the help of the teacher, doesn't matter. But learning to control what you're saying, to control the words, the grammar, listening to yourself, being able to correct yourself, well, that's an important part. Maybe my emotional, personal preference is, it's like 2/3 on accuracy, 1/3 on fluency. Yeah, 67% for accuracy, 33% for fluency, but that's my personal choice. For other people, the ratio may be, for different people, different ratio. So you decide for yourself. You work on something that is a problem for you. So if you're capable of speaking English without many mistakes, and you're just speaking slowly, of course your priority should be fluency. But if you are making too many mistakes and you're speaking relatively fast, but just too many mistakes, your speech is dirty, you have to learn to control yourself. How do you learn to control yourself and to not to make mistakes? You do two things. Thing number one, you create precedents of you speaking good English without mistakes. How do you do that? Well, of course, you prepare something like a speech, presentation. You get your teacher to correct all the mistakes there. You read it many times, you learn it, and then you record yourself and you're speaking and you're feeling the confidence because you've learned it. You're speaking the English that is better than your current level. That's the first thing. Like, you need to have this precedence. I have this experience of speaking better quality English. But another thing is analysis. So you speak you make these impromptu speeches. Yeah, impromptu speeches. You're making these impromptu speeches, no improvisation, no preparation speeches. And then you take some of them and you listen to them and you analyze your mistakes. You find them, you correct them, you make a list of the mistakes, you try to remember them, you try not to repeat them, and so on and so forth. So you work on your accuracy by observing your own speaking, by watching it, by analyzing it, by correcting it. And you develop this mindset, okay, I am used to listening to myself. So as I'm speaking, I am listening and I'm correcting myself. That's super important. So the answer is, you should do both, depending on what the priority is, what the weak part is. Prioritize weak part. But develop accuracy through doing this analysis that I talked about. And again, the result of this analysis is what? Better quality English, because in the end, you listen to your speech and you correct your own mistakes and you end up sounding better. You end up producing more accurate English. So result here is super important. Because if you just speak and then move on and move on, move on, it's category one, just process. And process doesn't develop as much as the result category. And the result category, you always have a finished product at the end of your work. And the quality of this product is always better than what you had before. Yeah, it's better like this. Guys, I'm done. That's it. I've said it all. I hope what I said made some sense. I hope it was interesting and useful for you. Tell me what you think. Let me know what you think. Thank you for listening. Was it useful? I hope so. I tried my best, okay? I tried my best to share some energy with you, to share some ideas with you, to make you think, to give you some tips and pointers. Tips and pointers. And at the same time, look at the language that I've shared. Look at all those phrases. Look at all those phrases. Impromptu speech, tips and pointers. At the expense of and to the exclusion of something. What else? Thought better of something. A last resort. Drift apart. settlement, rambling rant. I don't know, up to 10. Maybe not 10, maybe 7 or 8 phrases from me today. Not bad. You can try and thank you, Tanya. I'm happy. I'm happy that it was useful. The last thing I want to say, thank you, Lala. Thank you. That today you have seen a live stream, a YouTube live stream that I do every Tuesday at 8 o'clock Kiev time, 8 p.m. Kiev time, for my clubbers, because I have a club of, a speaking club of English called Father's Rage, and at this club we learn English a little bit, but we practice it by speaking to each other, maybe to me a little bit. So it's a community of people who spend time together, who communicate English to each other, who have some lessons and have some tasks and homework, who work on their English and develop it. But it's a speaking practice, it's a speaking club. It's not about like a school where we study the language seriously, but that's what we do. Every Tuesday, that's what we do. Marina, you're absolutely right. And I totally agree with you. You're the queen of consistency. I really admire your consistency. You're fantastic there. I don't see how what you said is connected to what I said. It doesn't contradict it for sure. There's no contradiction. But I just don't see how. I wasn't talking about consistency. I was talking about other things. But consistency is an important aspect. I agree with you, yes. Oksana, like I said, I'll be happy to help. I'll be happy to help. But guys, if you're watching it and you're not in the club, let me know. Maybe you want to do it more regularly, and I'll be happy to have you on board. You can join the club and have such YouTube streams. And we'll have a lesson tomorrow. Every Wednesday at 7 o'clock Kiev time, we have lessons. And also people have speaking sessions this week. Yes, 2 people meet and they discuss some things in English and they practice their English. Oh, good. Valerie, I would say you made me think better. Okay? Okay, Marina, thank you for explaining. Yes, that's true. That's true. But that's the point. First, you need to have a system, and then you need to be consistent with this system. If you cannot be consistent without a system, okay? I mean, maybe I can't agree or disagree with you. I'm just failing to see your point. So maybe send me a little recording, send me a message, an audio message, okay, to clarify. But yes, so this is what I want to say. Guys, if you want to have this experience more often, join the club. Hit me up on Telegram. I'll let you know how you can do it. And see you tomorrow. All the clubbers, see you tomorrow. I will share the link and we'll have a lesson. At this lesson, usually it's like 1 hour, 20 minutes or something. You'll speak English to each other, and we will do some vocabulary or grammar work together as a class. This is what the lesson is about. I speak English a little bit with some people. People speak English to each other, and we practice grammar or vocabulary together. Yes. Guys, thank you very much. I enjoyed being with you. The time flew by so quickly, unnoticed. Have a great rest of the day. English loves you. See you tomorrow, this week, next month. Bye-bye.